Hello everyone, my name is Sawan. Today I'm going to show you how to solve inequalities. Let's say we have x is greater than 3. Let's show it on a number line that starts from 0 all the way up to infinity and down to negative infinity. Because x is greater than 3, then we will have an open circle. And from the open circle, we will shade to the left to show that any number that is above 3 is equal to x. And to put it in interval notation form, it would be open parenthesis 3, comma, infinitive, and close parenthesis. Now let's say we have x is greater or equal to negative 4. Since x is greater or equal to, then we will have a closed circle. So from the closed circle, we will shade to the right side to show that any number that is above negative 4 is the value of x. And to put it into interval notation form, it will be open bracket, negative 4, comma, infinitive, close parenthesis. If the number has a closed circle, then it will have an open bracket instead of a normal parenthesis. This time, x is less than 2. So since the sign is less than, then we will have an open circle. And we will shade all the way down to negative infinity to show that any number that is below 2 is the value of x. And to put it into interval notation form, it will be parenthesis, negative infinitive, comma, 2, and close parenthesis. If x was less than or equal to 2, then it will be a closed circle, and we will have a closed bracket instead of a closed parenthesis. Let's try this one. We have 1 is greater than x, which is less than or equal to 3. So to show that on the first part, we have 1 is less than x. So on this part, it will be an open circle. On the second part, we have x is less than or equal to 3, so it would be a closed circle. So from the open circle, on 1, we will shade all the way to the right side to show that any number that are above 1 is the value of x. And from the closed circle of number 3, we will shade all the way down to the left side to show that any number that are below 3 is the value of x. Since the shading will cross each other, we will just connect the two circles together. And to put it into interval notation form, parenthesis 1, comma, 3, close bracket, because the circle is closed. Let's try another one. This time we have negative 4 is greater than x, or 2 is less than or equal to x. So we will do the same thing. This one is a little similar from the last one. So let's look at the first part. We have negative 4 is greater than x. So that would be an open circle. And on the second part, we have 2 is less than or equal to x. So we would have a closed circle. So from the open circle, we will shade all the way down to the left side to show that any number that are below negative 4 is the value of x. And from the closed circle, we will shade all the way up to the right side to show that any number that are above 2 is the value of x. To put it into interval notation form, we will have parenthesis, negative infinity, comma, negative 4, and close parenthesis. Then we will have the sign called union to separate the two equations. Then we will have open bracket, 2, comma, infinitive, and close parenthesis. Now we will be solving some equation. We have 5x minus 4 is greater than or equal to negative 16 plus 8x. Let's start off by taking out the negative 4 by adding it by positive 4 on both sides. So now our equation becomes 5x is greater than or equal to negative 12 plus 8x. So now let's take out 8x to leave x on one side of the equation. So now our equation becomes negative 3x is greater than or equal to negative 12. Finally, we will divide each side by negative 3 to leave x by itself. Now, when we divide both sides by a negative number, we have to switch the sign. So the greater than or equal to sign becomes less than or equal to. So our final answer would be x is less than or equal to 4. And if we put that into interval notation, it would be parenthesis negative infinity, comma, 4, and close bracket. And now I have a final example. In this one, we will be dealing with a fraction. So now we have 2 out of 3x minus 4 is greater than negative 14. So now let's start off by taking out negative 4 from both equations by adding it by positive 4. So now equation becomes 2 out of 3x is greater than negative 10. Now this time we will multiply each side by 3 to remove the denominator. So now our equation becomes 2x is greater than negative 30. And finally, we will divide each side by 2 to single out the x. So now our final answer is x is greater than negative 15. Notice that this time we did not switch the sign because we did not divide both sides by a negative number. And to put it into interval notation form, it would be parenthesis 15, comma, infinity, and close parenthesis. Thank you everyone for sticking around and watch me teach on how to solve inequality. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments section below. And if you'd like to watch me teach, you can help me by liking the video and subscribe. Thank you everyone again for watching, and goodbye.